Hi everyone, welcome to the Wirral Theatre Festival podcast. Today we're interviewing one of our writers. So with us we've got Christine Sparks.
Hiya.
We've got Craig, who's one of our organisers.
Hello.
And you've got myself, Robbie. I'm one of the organisers, but I've also co-written this one with Christine, so I've got a little bit of a hand in this one. So Christine, tell us a little bit about you first and your background.
Me, it's difficult to say. I'm an actor mainly, but I write a lot and I've written a lot of projects for Chester Zoo and for the Denbigh Workshop and organisations. It's mainly educational stuff. But this came about, the reunion came about during COVID actually, and I was on furloughed from one of my normal PAYE jobs, and I was going crazy. I had tinnitus, I was perimenopausal, I was nervous breakdown, and I just thought I have to do something productive or I'm going to go absolutely bonkers. So I sat in my little flat and I started typing away on this story that I had in the back of my mind, something that little bits would just trigger me when I was driving. It actually came originally from a driving experience I had, and I was stuck in a road traffic sort of like jam. But what I wanted to do is, especially being a middle-aged kind of woman, is to reflect back on life and loves and maybe missed loves or missed opportunities. And yeah, I just wanted to be a bit reminiscent on things, but also hopeful maybe for a future, and reflect on love from all different aspects. And I've since then been working with a lot of women who are at the very late stages in their lives, and they've spoken to me about tremendous loves, and as they're speaking to me about their tremendous loves, it's like we go right back in time to that moment, maybe pre-war, post-war, and it's still as alive and as relevant in that second that you're there with that woman who may be in her 90s or man. Anyway, I'm rambling away. Basically, all I do, pen and paper, that's my process, because I cannot type. If I start typing, I lose my flow. And I've been told that as soon as I put it into computer, then my flow's gone. Always go back to what I put, my paper and my handwritten work. So I wrote a short story, and my idea was just to sell it to a magazine. And then that didn't seem to happen. I kept coming up against roadblocks, and I thought, oh, maybe it's fate, maybe it's not meant to be. Left it, didn't do anything. And then along comes Robbie, who forces me to do everything, because I will not get off my backside and do anything unless I'm kicked up the bum. And Robbie does that for me and gives me no choice and says, you're doing it. And I go, okay.
But it's great because Christine never says no, or if she does, she's very but she'll still do lots of things. Like one day you're going to tell me where to go. But
no, you need someone like Robbie in your life, because it's Robbie that gives you confidence to do the stuff that I would not be doing half of anything that I've done if it hadn't been for people like Robbie in your life. You all need a Robbie in your life to be able to go, come on, pull yourself together. No. You can do this.
What I like about the story, because all I did was kind of zhuzh it up a bit. Your initial idea was, you talk about it being about lost love and opportunities, but it's not like a hopeless romantic story, is it? It's actually really funny.
Yeah, it's dead funny as well.
She's almost a bit fed up, I think, the character.
And they're not perfect. It's like they're both kind of lost, but very different people, but both lost. And it's like you don't get to a certain stage in your life and you've got it figured out. Everyone sort of like says, I need to find myself, I need to figure out who I am, I need to do it. No, you don't. Just don't bother doing that, because I'm telling you, it changes on a daily basis, and you go through many stages like a butterfly. You go into the pupae stage, and then it's horrible when you're in your pupae stage, but then when you come out of that pupae stage, you're even more beautiful. After hitting rock bottom, you come out and better version of yourself.
I think the best thing about a butterfly is I wish I could have that long sleep they have.
yes
Go into hibernation. But also what I like is it's one of those stories, isn't it, about what if?
Yes.
You know, like we reach ages, even me, I'm 37, I've already kind of had a few of those moments. You think, what if I'd have done that decision when I was younger? What if I'd gone down that path or this path?
Yeah.
And this play really kind of, do you think, it kind of examines those ideas of these two people meet after having not seen each other for a good 10 years or so. And
it's semi-biographical, and I must admit it reflects a lot on the play Jane Eyre, which I did do once actually, and I loved Jane Eyre. At first I couldn't get my head around it. I thought, I don't know what I'm doing here, I'm completely lost.
She talks too much.
It's just way too, how I remembered that anyway, those lines, but I certainly couldn't do it right now. But what amazed me about a woman who lived hundreds of years ago, who wrote this play, Jane Eyre, the character Jane Eyre was someone that I aspired to be like, and I really had a feeling that the writer, the Bronte, she wanted to be and aspired to be like this Jane Eyre, because maybe she was feeling imperfect in her life, like I definitely feel imperfect in mine. And Jane was one of these angelic characters that she aspired to be a bit more like. So she wrote that whole play in that way.
But they do say, don't they, write what you know.
Yeah, or what you aspire to be, or what you want, or what you
dreams
dream
are.
of being. And this actually was a bit of a dream that I'd hoped may have happened, but never did. But anyway, I won't say anymore, just in case the other
there is
fella
always
does
that thing,
turn up,
isn't there?
watches
'Cause,
it, and I'm
I
like,
mean,
oh my god, change the names. Sorry.
You're an actor, Bella, aren't you? Great. Like, there's always that thing, like sometimes, like it's not that you can fall in love with the co-star, but because if they've got like these big parts and things, just there's an awe. I think
Yeah.
sometimes people, like, I always feel in awe if I go to the theatre watching other actors on stage, because they're on stage and they've got
Yeah.
these 1,000 people watching them do their thing. Like, it is
Yeah.
awe-inspiring to me.
You
So
spend these weeks in these bubbles with these people,
Yeah.
and it does become quite intimate, and it becomes quite unique to the circumstances and the people, because it only exists in a lot of ways for a very short amount of time, and
Yeah.
then you're on to the next thing.
but it's an intense short amount of time, isn't
it's
it?
yeah.
kind of like a holiday romance in a way.
Yes.
It's like you meet someone and you shake their hands and go, hi, I'm playing your wife. Hi, I'm playing your husband. Nice to meet you. And
We
the
love
next
each
thing
other.
you're doing it. It's like, okay, you're thrown into these intense circumstances that you have to be emotionally completely raw and open, that you wouldn't do in every day-to-day life. So then it's down to you, the individual, to decide, are these feelings genuine, or are these feelings brought on by the characters that we're playing and that we've connected in this way, or is there something in this that could actually become real? Or is it real what I'm feeling, or do I have to be mature about this and use my head to make the decision, or use my heart? And in this situation, she kind of used her head to make the decision, but then all of a sudden she's getting to a stage where she goes, I'm going to allow my heart to run free, because what at the end of the day, if you're lying on your deathbed, if you get to be on a deathbed and you're aware and you're thinking, what
regrets?
has this all been about? What has life all been about? And what can you take with you? Is the only thing you can take with you love? Then surely isn't life all about love? But with love comes respect, and not a non-respect. I am so sorry, I'm rambling like a crazy woman.
That's
Okay.
okay.
So the interesting thing about this script, when I was looking over it, and this story, is that you actually meet that moment that maybe you've been thinking about for years, that you think may never come.
Yeah.
And then it's a combination of maybe, is it exactly how I perceived it would be, or
Yeah.
is it evolved into something different, or
Yeah.
does it take you right back to the moment when you were having those thoughts initially?
Yeah, do we pick up sort of where we left off? Do we feel the same? Do we feel more for each other now we've lived life, or do we feel less for each other? Or is this just been a hanging question of what if we had have made a go of it and got together? Or do I get to be a certain age, say in my 90s, lying there and thinking, would it have happened between me and him? And would he have been the one? Would he have been the love of my life? Or, yeah, I'm sure we all have that. And if it is, life is just about love, if that's the only thing you can take with you at the end of the day, then surely that's what maybe the priority should be.
But is it in the play though? Like, does she love him, or did she just love working
Or
with
did
him?
she love the idea of him? Did she love
Yeah.
Rochester, or did
You
she
know,
love Harry?
Does
You
she
know,
love him now
it's-
that they've seen each other again, or is that, I just love seeing you one more time?
Or
Yeah.
is it a combination of all of those things,
Yeah.
including the fact that you're going back to a moment in time when things were a little bit more free and you can
Yeah.
enjoy yourself a little bit more and get caught up in those ideas?
And also, the
Yeah.
audience want to know though, don't they? Like, are they going to
We
find
wanna
out?
know.
Yeah,
Are they going to find
well,
out whether they're meant to be together or not, or do we
maybe-
leave them hanging?
Maybe this moment reminds them of the people that they used to be, that they'd lost with real life and all the red tape that comes with life and all those boring things that comes with life. That all of a sudden they realise their fire and their spark is still in their eyes.
And I think that's
that
what's
had been dulled and
it's so
gone out.
important with theatre, isn't it? An audience should always be able to take something home with
Yeah.
them from it.
Maybe
And I don't
this-
mean like a doggy bag.
Yeah, maybe this is not the end of something.
Yeah.
Or the reunion, as in the reunion at the end. Maybe this is the start of something that could
Mm-hmm.
even be better. And maybe it was meant to be that they were supposed to have a massive gap to come back together
Mm-hmm.
later on in life. Or maybe it was just a missed opportunity.
But there are some twists, but we can't say anything about them. Or you won't need to come and see it.
You're gonna have to
Tune in
you're gonna have to
for
decide
episode
actually
2.
what would happen next. We've left it quite open because, to be honest with you, life is open, isn't
And
it?
we toyed with it, didn't we?
Open-ended.
I think in the first draft we kind of did have a definite ending of this
Yeah.
is the way it's going to go, and I was like, but maybe we shouldn't spoon feed the audience because they might wish it to be that way. But if we
Yeah.
leave them hanging, they can go home thinking, well, I hope it goes that way, even if it goes that way.
But also a lot of theatre is projection. So when you're
Yeah.
watching these things, you do have that ability to go, oh, you know,
Yeah.
that could be me and that could be this. Whereas if you do have definitive outcomes,
You should be able to
it's-
place yourself into
Then
one
there's
of
a
the
story,
characters,
yeah.
even partially.
That's exactly it. That's what I like about anyone who's sitting there watching this. I am sure it will trigger their own memory or thought of someone that's been in
many
their life.
memories,
Or many
yeah.
memories,
Some
exactly.
people like to have many
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah. So as you're watching this story, it's like you're going along the journey with Polly and Harry, but it's your Polly and Harry, your version of them that's in your heart and in your life. So you're not just sitting detached from the story. You're actually in the story going, oh my, if I'd have picked up with Frank or whoever, yeah, I wonder where that would have been and what would he say, what would he be like? And yeah.
I wonder if it'll inspire anyone to kind of not rekindle an old love, but just to reconnect with some old friends they had.
Yeah, it might do that
It might
actually.
encourage your Facebook search.
Yeah. If it does,
Friends
please,
Reunited,
please
do you remember
get
that?
in touch. Yeah, please get in touch with us if you do then go and find your old love, and it turns.
You may
out to
inspire
be
our
the
next play
best
next
time.
year.
And also, it's like there is no age limit to love. You always, even as a 96-year-old, you still feel 16 in your heart when it flutters, and that is amazing to take with you. So please, if you do, if this does inspire you to catch up with someone and it goes really well, let us know. If it goes pear-shaped, don't. Anyway.
Fab. But I don't think we should give any more away about the
No.
play because obviously we need them to come and see it.
Yeah.
So how do you actually feel about being part of a new festival? Because we've never done this before either.
Absolutely thrilled. Can't believe it's on the way. Now, I was born in Toxteth. I was born in Liverpool, but we always holidayed at Thurston.
You've moved over to the woolly,
Yes,
the woolly area.
I'm now a posh scouser. We used to holiday in the 70s and the 80s, the Thurston caravan site, and that is just where my heart always is. And whenever I'm feeling out of sorts or crazy or vulnerable or just really down, I call Thurston Soup for my soul, and I would recommend to everyone to go there. Although don't everyone go en masse, because I like it when it's quite quiet. You see all the
Yeah,
rabbits.
feel free to sporadically space yourself throughout the year.
So it's a beautiful, beautiful place. So I've always been drawn to there, and then I followed my mum and my dad over here, and then I've sort of put down.
Did they leave you?
So, yeah, they wanted to get away, and I just could,
Kept coming and turning up. Housekeeping.
Yeah, they can't shake me off. So so I turned up, and now I live over here, and I love the Wirral. So to be part, and the Pavilion is such a beautiful, beautiful theatre and a beautiful, beautiful place. And it's great to be here, and I know so many people who live on the Wirral who would be so proud to watch this, I think, and just go, that's a little spark in their heart, you know. But yeah, just to be a part of this festival is just fantastic, and to be with Robbie is great because I wouldn't be doing anything if it wasn't without him.
We've acted together a few different times over the years, haven't we? Done Murder Mysteries, we did those hen
yeah.
party
Oh
ones,
my
do you remember?
God, yeah, they were an
You know,
absolute
first time
nightmare.
I met you, we had lots and lots of very, very happy women on a
Yes.
hen party night, and we were
Yes.
trying to guide them. I think they offered
Very
me money to
cheery.
take my clothes off. That's how I knew they were drunk, because it wouldn't have been a good sight.
Oh yeah, no, that was me who offered you money to take your clothes off. No, we had such a good. Oh yeah, we've been on a lot of adventures ourselves, so
Lots of schools.
It was great to do this writing with him, and
Almost cathartic, because one of my things I struggle with in life is I very rarely finish projects, because I definitely think I'm definitely on a spectrum somewhere, but it doesn't get in the way of my life kind of thing, but I always flit. I flit from one thing to another. I've got so many half-baked ideas, half-baked stories, and they'll be great if I ever finish them.
But he does finish them. He's
Occasionally.
being too humble. He does finish them.
Occasionally.
And I've done a lot of his plays, and to be honest, learning his lines. This is a spark of a good. This is a trait of a good writer, is the fact if you're an actor and you're learning the lines of whoever's wrote it, if they go in easy, they're bloody good. Pardon my French. And Robbie's lines always went in so easy because it flew, and it just flowed, and the characters were so diverse rather than just a writer trying to just give a message. His characters came off the page and were really colourful. So as an actor, he's amazing to work with to do his plays, and they're absolutely hilarious as well. So
too
to have him,
complimentary.
no, and so to have him help me write this and get my little idea into this big play that should be about an hour long, and it'll be on the 29th of August.
I'm going to say, tell us when and where it is, just finally, so people know.
It's the reunion on the 29th of August, 7:15 to 8:15, and it is at the Floral Pavilion, New Brighton, Wirral. Lovely. Just follow the birds, the seagulls, and smell the lovely sea, and you'll see us on the...
And you can get your tickets direct from the Floral Pavilion, and also you can check out more details about it on our website, which is www.wirraltheatrefestival.co.uk. And of course, as everyone always says, you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, X, although I still call it Twitter, and Instagram. I've said that one already. Right, that's all we've got time for. So thank you very much for joining us, Christine.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you everyone for listening, and I wish you all well.